What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey back with another scary, terrifying, and creepy video from Be Amazed, because you guys have been wanting more of the scariest storms caught on camera of tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, whatever. You guys have been enjoying it, and we're going to do more of it. So grab a chair, grab some popcorn, your extra pair of pants, and let's get into the video. If you guys are new to my channel, because you're returning and have not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe right now by hitting that white bar icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video. And you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so very much for that love and support that you guys continuously show on this channel. I am so blessed to have all you guys, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers, and I need your guys' help. So with that being said, also check out the link in the description for Be Amazed. They're at 12 million subscribers. Go over there, give them some love if you haven't watched their stuff already. Give them the love that they deserve for putting this together for us to enjoy and get scared and lose ourselves in terror. It can take a lot of work, a lot of effort. We want to give thanks back to them. But without further ado, and with that being said, let's get into some scary storms.
If a storm is heading in your direction, the usual advice is to seek shelter, hunker down.
I sit on the porch. We're literally in a tornado warning right now, and I'm literally, after this video and I upload it, I'm gonna go sit on the porch and watch the storm come in.
And just wait for it to blow over. Unless
I love
you're
storms.
A storm chaser. These people like to laugh in Mother Nature's face by closely following storms and tracking their features to compile data, all while witnessing their power firsthand. However, exposing yourself to winds that can reach hundreds of miles an hour is not the safest hobby.
It's not.
As Joel Franco and his storm chaser friends discovered back in September 2022 during Hurricane Ian, a Category 5 hurricane.
Holy mother!
Yes.
How?
Attempting to stand against the hurricane's 150-mile-per-hour winds.
Holy
That
crap.
is a wild thing to do for a hobby. You can tell just how strong these winds are from the fact they've already taken out that stop sign.
Be like, we love it here!
Clearly experienced, he eventually got out of the winds just fine. Man,
is it just me, or do you want to go jump up and see if it catches you and takes you off?
As hobbies go, why couldn't he just settle for binging YouTube and playing video
games? Exactly.
Now, high lightning flashes and buckets of rain together can make for one scary storm cocktail. But the one thing that every cocktail needs to complete it is ice.
Hail?
Texas knows this all too well, with thunderstorms here occasionally resulting.
The biggest size I think I've probably seen is probably about. I've probably seen maybe this cap size. That's probably as big as I've seen. I've seen people that look at softball size. Like, it's ridiculous.
And hail, and hella hail at that.
Holy cow. Look at how big some of those are. I'd hate to have my car out in this, because the insurance company's going to be like, we can't fix your car.
Yeah, that isn't someone throwing rocks in this person's
pool.
Those splashes are from some huge hailstones. Back in June 2023, this hailstorm started off pretty light, and then all of a sudden, giant stones of ice.
The normal ones are like pea size. Jeez! So it's like asteroids. Oh!
Some of these pieces were close to the size of golf balls, and they came down so fast they smashed up this neighborhood's skylights, solar panels, and cars.
Ding!
Even gave the trees a trim.
That's actually terrifying. It's ripping through.
Hailstones, which are usually pea-sized, get so huge. Well, hail forms in thunderclouds, which contain a lot of powerful updrafts of warm air. These carry water drops to the top of the cloud where it's so cold they freeze, and as they collide with other water molecules that freezes onto them, they get bigger in size. And the more powerful the storm, the bigger the hail.
Jeez!
It's too heavy for the updraft to support, and it plummets to Earth, with anything over 4 inches in diameter reaching terminal velocities of over 100 miles per hour. Now, when
Holy
you're safe
hell.
inside your home, the risk of being hit by one of these things is minimal. But earlier that month, when Texas was hit by another freak hailstorm, some drivers out on the road weren't so lucky.
You are out of your dang minds! I mean, us Minnesotans, if it's like blizzard out, we'll still drive through it.
At least they were in their cars. Over in Canberra,
Dang.
Australia, the weather can turn in an instant, as these workers taking a break outside quickly discovered back in 2020.
Look how big they are! I'm surprised it's not ripping through that canopy. That's a strong can. Holy moly!
Just like in Texas, the storms here can become so powerful that they result in huge hail, which causes major damage all over the country. Like Australia wasn't full of enough.
Oh,
terrifying
no
things
kidding.
already.
Big spiders.
Well, if you had to choose between being caught in 150 mile per hour winds or in a hailstorm with golf ball sized hail, which would it be?
The
For
wind.
hit that like button, and for hail, hit subscribe. All done? All right.
What if I hit both?
What we've got next. Now, if you're ever caught out in the open,
Let me know in the comments also. What would you guys rather have? Hurricane winds or hail the size of a tea container? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want that.
during bad weather, there's one thing you should never do. Shelter under a tree.
Yeah.
It might keep you dry, but if the tree is shaken by
It
the
falls
wind or
down.
struck by hail, you may be dealing with heavy falling branches as well. And in cases of freezing rain,
I've seen this before.
the danger is amplified 100.
It's like glass.
Freezing rain is rain that freezes on impact with the ground or solid objects, coating them in a layer of ice.
I've seen this many a times.
I mean, that just looks incredibly pretty. What could be so lethal about a tree with a little sparkle to it? Well, ice also has mass. And can you guess what happens when you coat an entire tree in enough ice to gradually weigh it down? Here's a hint.
I've seen this before in Minnesota. That's why most of our power lines are underneath the ground now.
Yeah, this rain can break entire trees apart. While weirdly
So much
satisfying
weight.
to listen to, it's also incredibly dangerous to be anywhere nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So next time you see freezing rain on the forecast, remember to stay away from the trees. Unless being flattened by a frozen falling tree branch sounds like your idea of a good time. The state of Missouri, USA is known for a few things. Its agricultural prowess, its barbecue, and unfortunately, its tornadoes.
Yes.
Yeah, averaging
Oh.
around 45 tornadoes a year, it's one of the
45?
US's tornado hotspots. But one storm in Wentzville back in May 2021 wasn't notable for its tornadoes, but its flooding.
Oh.
Sudden flooding at that.
We had a
Severe storms had ripped through the area, resulting
we had a
in
flood.
several days
What
of
was
heavy-
it? Like 15 years ago, and I think it was almost 15 to 20 feet of water. Luckily, it didn't come up to where we were, but the creeks and the rivers and stuff like that, completely over 15 to 20 feet high in water.
Heavy rain. Rain that, as you can see from the CCTV of the Future Stars Academy, was building up in the small stairwell outside of this daycare classroom.
Don't see the water.
All of a sudden,
Oh! The door buckled.
whoa. Thank goodness no one was in there when the door gave way. Hundreds of gallons of dirty, stagnant water that had been gathering for days rushed in, creating a temporary whirlpool in the room's center, which was strong enough to sweep away tables, bookshelves, and even poor Mr. Panda there. As sad as watching a kid's toy get washed up in a whirlpool is, I'm just happy it wasn't, well, you know, a
Oh
kid.
yeah, no kidding.
If heist
Holy
films have
crap.
taught us anything, it's that you need a whole crew to break into a bank. You need a face, a grifter, a thief, a hacker, and a nice guy. I can't remember all their titles. But luckily, I don't need them. because I can just hire a tornado instead.
Um,
Yes, a tornado can do this job all on its own. You want proof? Okay, let's rewind to 2021. We're in Mayfield, Kentucky, at the First National Bank branch. It's 9:28 p.m. The branch is all locked up. Both sets of double doors at the front are sealed tight.
okay.
There's no security aside from a few cameras. Some movement triggers the light sensors, but no one's there. 30 seconds later,
Ghosts?
the banners begin shaking, like they're in a breeze. How? The AC's
Yeah, no
off.
kidding.
All the doors and windows are locked, and whatever's moving the banners starts moving
Is it
fixtures on the walls.
Going through the
too.
cracks?
Suddenly, right on time, the main power's cut. The lights go down, and bam! The tornado breaks down the door, shattering the glass.
Holy
launches a
crap.
Christmas tree across the room, his signature move, and proceeds to decimate the place. Weirdly, he didn't take any value. Seemed he was just content on destroying the place.
Holy mother.
They're all in on my new bank heist plan. So, anybody got the number of a tornado? Are you a driver? If so, how do you feel about driving in heavy rain or snow?
Been there, done that.
Pretty nasty, not
It
being able
is.
to see
It's
where
scary
you're going.
sometimes.
But while rain and snow can obscure your vision,
And I have a Jeep that can go 4-wheel drive through that stuff, and it's still is not going to be enough.
a little, they're nothing compared to a dust storm.
Is that a Corvette? That's a Corvette over there. That Corvette ain't going nowhere. Holy mother. I thought snowstorms were bad. This is dust. This is where I go where the air hurts my
These
face.
guys are driving through soup. Dust storms like this occur when a region with a lot of land goes through a particularly harsh dry spell, followed by a stormy one, with the winds picking up all the dried out loose sediment
Oh.
and clogging up the air with it. This dust storm in particular, which raged over Phoenix back in October 2022, had so much sediment in the air that it reduced visibility down to 0 feet in several places.
I mean, you can
Which
see it
is
up to
not
5
what
feet
you
right
wanna do
there.
while you're driving. Over in Texas, a different midday dust storm in February 2023
Holy moly.
limited visibility on the highways, with the road untraceable and cars driving into it disappearing from view completely.
That's pretty much what it's like in Minnesota, but with snow. Holy cow, semi. These guys are nuts. I'd pull over at a rest stop and let it pass. Hell no.
The very thought of driving into that completely blind scares me to the core.
Just a bit.
But both of these instances hardly compare to what Brent Rose went through back in 2017. He was driving along when all of a sudden his visibility dropped to 0. It looked like he'd suddenly been surrounded by mist, but what happened next was way
Does
worse.
it tip over his car?
Oh my god.
Oh. Is this like a tiny home that he's got or something?
Brent, who was in California, had unwittingly driven into a gustnado, a brief dust devil-like vortex of fast-moving air on the ground which can emanate from the beginning of a thunderstorm. It had kicked up a lot of dry dust and sediment, but luckily, he was able to pull over, hunker down in his vehicle,
Good.
and wait for it to pass by.
Woo! Bet that's gotta be a rush. Feeling your car shake and stuff.
Here, it's getting completely blasted with mud.
Are we sure that's a gustnado? Because I could swear this guy had accidentally stumbled into a scene from Silent Hill. 2016 was not a fun
Ooh.
year to spend on the Indian coast. That year's North Indian Ocean cyclone season was hellish.
I'm
with
so
6
glad I'm where I'm
depressions
at.
resulting in winds of up to 35 miles per hour, along with 3 cyclonic storms ravaging the coastlines with 45 mile per hour winds. And then in December, a very severe cyclonic storm with winds reaching more than 80 miles per hour swept over the coast. It was named Varda and was classed as a Category 2 cyclone. From early to mid-December, the cyclone raged, but when it hit the Indian coastal city of Chennai, it peaked. Winds apparently hit 87 miles an hour and became strong enough to do some serious damage.
I'd be scared to be in those buildings, those high-rise buildings. Ooh, if it's enough to pull a car off like that, it's... There goes your insurance claim.
Not only did it blow down the fences of that tennis court, but the winds also flung both of those cars into it. Incidents like this meant that the 2016 cyclone season racked up an eye-watering $5.6 billion worth of damages.
Dang.
That was a Category 2 cyclone? There are 3 more levels above that. How do you judge how bad a storm really is? Some people look at wind speeds, others look at the amount of precipitation, but for me,
The damage.
there's only one thing that truly shows how bad things have gotten. It's when you see the trampolines start to fly.
Oh, there it goes. Yep, you ain't getting that back. No. But if you see multiple,
Look
though.
at it go. This footage came from Phoenix, Arizona back in January 2021.
That's why I never bought a trampoline.
Documenting a downburst from an approaching thunderstorm which generated damaging winds of some 70 miles per hour. More than enough to lift up this trampoline from someone's backyard and blow it away like one big sail.
There goes
While
what?
there's a
$500
chance
bucks?
The owners may have recovered it after the winds died down. I don't think the same can be said for this one.
Oh, it's in the power lines. Yep, you ain't getting that one back. That is gone to the power lines.
Oh, now that is ominous.
Oh, man.
This storm in Louisiana back in June 2023 was not only strong enough to blow that large trampoline up that high, but also got it caught on a power line. Now, I cannot stress this enough.
Don't
if you
touch
see
it.
something dangling or hanging from a power line, do not drive under or anywhere near it.
Or touch
These
it.
cables aren't designed to hold up heavy items, and there's no telling when they might snap, sending a live electrical wire carrying thousands of volts straight towards you.
Yep.
While as scary as seeing one of these dangling over the road is, it's nothing compared to watching one take off from your own backyard.
There it goes. There go. Oh, there goes your fence.
Wait, hang on. Back up. Did you see that?
The
Let's
fence.
take a look from another angle.
It went up.
That vortex of wind? That looks like a tornado touchdown. This is the moment a narrow, violently rotating column of air that extends from a thunderstorm to the ground technically becomes a tornado.
Hit their camper.
Man, this Carolina family are super lucky. Yes, lucky. Because while this tornado was strong enough to claim that furniture, the fence, and the trampoline, it could have been so much
It
worse
could
if
have.
it had landed a few feet closer to their home. As you've probably realized, there's one weather phenomenon that scares me above all others. Tornadoes. There's just something about a mile-high rotating column of air that can level towns and suck up cities that just makes me wonder if there's a god out there. But the only thing scarier than a tall tornado is a wide one like this one that touched down in northwest Texas.
Holy
back in May
mother.
2022.
It's gotta be a 5, isn't it? Jeez Louise. Mother Nature can be deadly. And this guy's driving kind of like towards it in its path. Let's go on it. Looks
Holy
like
mother, that is
counterclockwise.
intimidating. Unlike smaller tornadoes that appear to spin incredibly fast around a central point,
This one's
large
massive.
tornadoes like this appear deceptively slow, but they're just as powerful. Nicknamed wedge tornadoes by storm
Wedge
chasers,
tornadoes?
they appear wider than the distance between the ground and the cloud base. However, the width alone gives no indication to the tornado's power. While some wedge tornado winds have been known to exceed 188 miles per hour,
Holy-
putting them in the top enhanced Fujita or EF5 category of tornado, this one, which was seen and recorded from a bunch of different angles, apparently didn't exceed 70 miles per hour.
Oh, really? So bigger is slower, but it doesn't mean more suction. These people are driving towards it.
At 70 miles per hour, that just ranks it as an EF0. Probably why all these
What?
drivers have no issue getting so close. If I were them, though, I'd be driving in the other direction. However, you know what's more unnerving than watching a tornado funnel down to the ground? Watching one form out of thin air. No rain, thunder, nothing.
So
And then the next
dust?
moment, boom! You're in Indiana in May 2023, staring down this thing.
So last year. That's kind of, I mean, it's kind of cool, but does it touch the shed? Looks like it keeps getting more dark. Oh, is it going around it? Holy.
Now, despite looking like a rotating column of death, air, it is not in fact a tornado. This whirling menace is a land spout, and knowing the difference between the
I'm
two
learning
is
so much
essential.
right now.
Tornadoes form when wind shear, which is a
Hot and
rapid
cold.
change in the wind speed and direction, forces wet, warm, and cool air to interact and rotate.
Yep.
The winds can then direct this updraft into rotating storm clouds above, known as a supercell. Like a tube where it becomes
I knew
known
that.
as
I
a
knew that.
mesocyclone. Eventually, the mesocyclone can connect to rotating winds on the ground, resulting in a tornado. Because the balance of warm and cool air is fed from the uninterrupted storm systems above, these rotating tubes of air can get very powerful very quickly.
What about the land spouts?
Land spouts, on the other hand, only form near the ground, often in the wake of an approaching storm.
Really?
Because these winds aren't also being fed by a cold downdraft, the resulting rotating updraft is much weaker. So even if they're
Okay.
big and dark and full of debris, like this one that ripped across central Alberta back
So
in
it's
June
going
2023 was,
up
they're
instead
not
down.
as strong as a typical tornado.
Okay.
Doesn't make it any less scary to have one chasing you down the road, though.
I guarantee my kids would be running
Now,
at me.
while seeing the funnel of a tornado can be spooky, seeing the winds of that soon-to-be mesocyclone pick up around you can be even more petrifying.
Agreed.
Particularly when they're filled with debris.
Oh. I'm surprised the lamp post or the stop signs or stoplights are. Oh, there goes a roof. There goes more roofs. Shingles, piece of wood.
This footage was captured in Toledo, Ohio back in June
Toledo.
2023, moments before a tornado touched down in the area. And not just any tornado, an EF2 with winds reaching a scary 130 miles
So the
per hour.
EFs is depending on
Raising
their
the roof. Although if you
speed.
really want to talk about raising the roof, then we need to head over to Daytona Beach, Florida, and rewind to September 2022 when Hurricane Ian made landfall with wind gusts reaching more than 150 miles per hour. The same one Joel Franco and friends thought it'd be fun to run around in. It's a little under half that which Toledo experienced, but it was still enough to do this.
I hate to be the people that are inside. Look at the skyscrapers.
The entire roof off that motel.
I would not be in the top of
Really
that.
Scary is that wind gusts that day only reached around 70 miles per hour, less than half its peak power. If I'd just recorded that happening in front of me, though, I might think twice about staying out on my balcony.
Yep.
For all the different sizes and shapes tornadoes can come in, the original long, thin funnel is, to me, the scariest.
Really?
Especially when one crosses right in front of
That's
you
true.
as you're driving.
Oh! Oh! It's hitting power.
Hoo boy. Back in October,
Yee boy!
Mary Finn was driving along the Interstate 10 in Orange, Texas, when she noticed debris in the air. Initially, she assumed it was a fire.
She's like,
until
"Record."
this black column tore past her, blowing a couple of transformers in its wake. Look, The winds were so violent they managed to pick up an unmanned ATV and fling it over the highway. After watching that, I can only assume the truck driver on the left there, who barely even stopped and just kept driving forwards, had some kahunas made of pure titanium. Which storm footage
So that was definitely very interesting to see. If you guys want more of these scary storms, let me know down in the comments. I surely really appreciate all of you guys and your feedback. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. Subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.